Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about Jennifer Aniston, and I feel like this is one of those style guides that doesn't need a dramatic introduction because her style is already so familiar to so many of us. Jennifer Aniston is not the kind of celebrity whose fashion is built on constant reinvention. She doesn't disappear into a different character every time she gets dressed. She doesn't chase every new trend just to prove that she can. Her style has always been much more grounded than that. And that's exactly what makes it so interesting, because with Jennifer, the appeal isn't shock. It's recognition. You look at her and you immediately understand the world she belongs to. Sunlit hair, relaxed confidence, clean shapes, warm skin, easy glamour, and clothes that never seem to be working harder than the woman wearing them. There's something very rare about that. Especially now, when celebrity style can feel so fast, so produced, so eager to become a moment. Jennifer's style has never really begged to be noticed. It just stays with you. And I think that's why people still go back to her looks, whether it's Rachel Green in the 90s, her real-life off-duty outfits, or her red carpet appearances today. She represents a kind of style that feels lived in, not staged. Familiar, but never dull. Simple, but not empty. So in today's video, we're going to break down what actually makes Jennifer Aniston's style so enduring. Not just the famous hair, not just the little black dresses, not just the Rachel Green nostalgia, but the whole visual language behind it. Jennifer Aniston's style is often called effortless, but I think the better word might be assured. Because effortless can sometimes sound like nothing is happening. But with Jennifer, there is definitely something happening. It's just not being over-explained to us. Her style is built on ease, but it's a very controlled kind of ease. She understands line, proportion, skin, movement, and softness. Her clothes usually sit close enough to feel feminine, but not so tight that they look uncomfortable. They reveal, but they rarely expose too much. They relax the body, but they still hold a shape. That balance is very Jennifer. She's always been drawn to a warm, natural kind of minimalism. Not the cold, gallery-like version of minimalism where everything feels severe. Hers is softer. More Californian, more human. There is usually some warmth in the hair, some glow in the skin, some relaxed detail that keeps the look from becoming too perfect. Her color world is also very consistent. She comes back again and again to black, white, gray, beige, cream, denim tones, chocolate browns, and soft metallics. These are not loud colors, but on her they don't feel plain. They create a mood. Calm, sensual, grounded, and grown up. What makes her style work is not that every outfit is revolutionary. It's that everything feels connected. The hair, the makeup, the clothes, the posture, the smile, the slightly relaxed attitude. It all belongs to the same person. Of course, we can't talk about Jennifer Aniston without talking about Rachel Green. She wasn't just a character with cute outfits. She became one of the biggest fashion references of the 90s because her wardrobe felt so close to real life. She looked stylish in a way that made people think, wait, I could actually dress like this. Rachel's style had youth, sweetness, confidence, and a little bit of messiness. It wasn't too polished. It had that charming feeling of someone figuring herself out. She dressed for work, for dates, for coffee, for heartbreak, for friendship, for becoming a grown woman in the city. And somehow the clothes became part of that story. There was a reason viewers connected to it so deeply. Rachel didn't look untouchable. She looked aspirational in a way that still felt possible. But Jennifer Aniston's personal style is not just Rachel Green carried into real life. She took some of that same spirit and made it quieter. Less girlish, more adult, less sitcom wardrobe, more personal uniform. She kept the ease, she kept the softness, she kept the appeal of simple clothes worn well. But she edited the whole thing into something calmer and more timeless. So Rachel Green may have made Jennifer a fashion reference, but Jennifer's own style is what made that reference last. Jennifer's 90s style has that very specific quality that people are always trying to recreate, but rarely get exactly right. It looks casual, but it's not careless. It looks sexy, but not overly styled. It looks minimal, but not cold. It has this relaxed intimacy to it, as if the outfit wasn't put together for a fashion moment, but simply happened because she knew what suited her. That's why the images still circulate today. They don't feel like old celebrity photos, they feel like a mood board that still makes sense. There was a looseness to her 90s style. The hair was natural looking, the shapes were clean, the attitude was unfussy. Even when the look was very simple, there was always a sense of personality. She didn't need a complicated outfit to feel interesting, and in many ways, that was the power of 90s Jennifer. She understood the appeal of not doing too much. Jennifer Aniston's everyday style is probably the reason people trust her as a style icon, because it doesn't feel like it was created for a headline. There's nothing desperate about it, nothing overly constructed, nothing that makes you feel like she left the house hoping the outfit would become a viral image. What she does so well is make relaxed dressing look adult. That sounds simple, but it's actually one of the hardest things to do. A casual look can easily become too plain, too young, too unfinished, or too reliant on trends. Jennifer avoids that by keeping everything balanced. There is always a sense of proportion, a sense of grooming, a sense of calm. Her everyday style has this quiet, expensive feeling, but not in a flashy way. It's not about logos or obvious status. It's about the way everything is chosen. The fit, the texture, the tone, the way the hair sits, the way the whole look feels easy on the body. She also understands that casual clothes need attitude. Without attitude, they are just basics. With Jennifer, the attitude is relaxed, slightly private, a little sun-kissed, and very self-possessed. Jennifer's red carpet style is interesting because it's glamorous without being loud. She's not usually trying to create a fashion spectacle. She's not someone who treats the red carpet as a place to become unrecognizable. Instead, she brings her own language into a more elevated setting. The shapes are usually clean, the styling is usually restrained, the hair is usually soft, the makeup is warm, and the overall feeling is always very much her. This is why black has become such an important part of her red carpet identity. On Jennifer, black does not feel like a backup plan. It feels like a signature. Sometimes sleek, sometimes sensual, sometimes classic, sometimes very Hollywood, but always connected to her. She knows how to let a dress breathe. She doesn't overcrowd it with too many styling choices. And even when she wears something lighter, shinier, or more decorative, it still has that Jennifer restraint. The look never feels like it has taken over her. She remains the focus. She wears gowns as a more polished version of herself. Jennifer Aniston's beauty look is not separate from her style. It's one of the main reasons her style works. Her hair, especially, is part of her fashion identity. The Rachel haircut became a cultural phenomenon, but Jennifer's real beauty signature is bigger than one haircut. It's the idea of hair that looks healthy, expensive, sunlit, and touchable. There's always movement. There's always warmth. It rarely looks harsh or overly sculpted. Even when it's clearly styled, it still has that relaxed finish, which is exactly what makes it feel so connected to her clothes. Her makeup follows the same philosophy. She doesn't usually use beauty as a mask. She uses it to bring out warmth, bronze skin, soft eyes, natural lips, and that healthy glow that makes everything around it look better. And that's why a very simple look can feel complete on her. The beauty does a lot of the emotional work. It brings softness to minimal clothes. It brings warmth to black. It brings polish to casual outfits. This is something people often miss when they try to copy celebrity style. The clothes are only one part of the image. With Jennifer, the hair and makeup are just as important as the wardrobe. She has created a beauty language that is consistent enough to feel iconic, but natural enough to feel believable. The first key piece is, of course, denim. Jennifer has always had a very natural relationship with jeans, not the kind of denim that looks overly styled or trend-obsessed, but the kind that feels broken in, easy, and part of someone's actual life. Whether the overall mood is more relaxed, more polished, or more city-ready, denim gives her style that familiar Jennifer ease. Another major piece in her wardrobe is the simple tank top. It gives her outfits that casual, sunlit, slightly sporty quality, but it also keeps them feminine. It's minimal, but not cold. Relaxed, but not careless. This is probably one of the most Jennifer Aniston pieces you can imagine. Then there's the little black dress, which is maybe the most consistent piece in her entire style history. Jennifer's relationship with the black dress isn't just a red carpet thing, it's part of her visual identity. She's worn so many versions over the years. Slinky, strappy, halter, column-like, mini, midi, glamorous, understated. But the mood is usually the same. The dress never feels like it's trying to overpower her. It frames her. A very underrated key piece in her wardrobe is the tailored vest. This is something that connects beautifully to both Rachel Green's Ralph Lauren era and Jennifer's more recent city style. A vest gives her outfit structure without making them feel stiff. Another essential is the black blazer. Her blazers usually feel easy, not corporate. They add polish, but they don't erase the softness of the look. That's very important to her style. A blazer for Jennifer isn't about looking overly formal. It's about giving a casual outfit a little more backbone. The slip dress and strappy dress are also key to understanding her 90s influence. Vogue has specifically pointed to her strappy mini dresses and slinky slips as part of why her 90s style still feels so relevant. These pieces work on Jennifer because they capture that balance she does so well. Softness with confidence, simplicity with sensuality. Then we have flip-flops and barely there sandals, which are honestly more important to her style than people might think. She's pairing them with everything from casual looks to dresses back in her Friends era, and still wearing them decades later. This says so much about her style. She is not afraid of a very relaxed shoe. In fact, that relaxed shoe is part of what keeps her outfits from looking too styled. It brings everything back down to earth. It adds that California ease. A Jennifer Aniston wardrobe also needs clean black separates. In recent years, she has leaned into all-black looks in a way that feels very New York, very sleek, but still true to her. This is a good example of how her style has evolved. The same love of simplicity is there, but it feels more mature, more urban, more controlled. Another key piece is the large, practical tote bag. This may sound small, but it matters. Jennifer's bags often feel useful rather than decorative. She's not always reaching for the tiny, overly precious bag. Sometimes the bag looks like it belongs to a real day. And finally, we have sunglasses and understated jewelry. Jennifer uses accessories in a very controlled way. She doesn't usually build an outfit around them. She uses them to finish the mood. Sunglasses give her that private, off-duty celebrity feeling, while small gold jewelry adds warmth without making the look feel busy. So, if we were really naming the Jennifer Aniston key pieces, they would be lived-in denim, simple tanks, black dresses, tailored vests, soft blazers, strappy dresses, flip-flops, black separates, practical tote bags, sunglasses, and quiet gold jewelry. If you want to get Jennifer Aniston's look, start with the idea of ease. Her style is never too loud, too decorated, or too obviously styled. It's calm, flattering, and very sure of itself. Keep the palette soft and familiar. Black, white, beige, gray, denim blue, warm browns, and cream tones all belong to her world. The colors are quiet, but they make the whole look feel more expensive and timeless. Fit is everything. Jennifer's outfits work because they sit naturally on the body. Nothing feels too forced, too oversized, or too complicated. The shape should feel relaxed, but still intentional. For daytime, think sunlit, casual, and slightly undone, but not messy. For a more elevated mood, add a little structure without making it feel stiff. And for evening, keep the glamour clean. One strong mood, soft hair, warm makeup, and not too many extras. The real Jennifer Aniston trick is editing. If the look already feels good, don't keep adding. Let it breathe. Her style works because it feels natural, confident, and completely her own. So that's Jennifer Aniston's style guide. To me, her style is a beautiful example of quiet confidence. It's not loud, but it's not weak. It's not overly complicated, but it's not empty. It has warmth, discipline, softness, and a very clear sense of self. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments whose style you would like me to cover next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.